People, and I understand. I understand that people want to know, you were so engulfed in the church. Do you still believe in God? Let me go ahead and address that. Yes, I believe in God, for it is a fool that saith in his heart that there is none. Um, and I'm not a fool, but I have gone private. Everything that has to do with religion is man-made. It's man-orchestrated for a sole purpose of, I don't know. Uh, Growing up as a preacher's kid, walking down to the altar at 10, give my heart to Christ, immediately changing the way that I dressed as a 10-year-old and throughout the better part of my life, with no makeup and long dresses and just, as they call it, modest, uh, in church 7 days a week. Yes, 7 days, every day. I could tell you, Sunday school, Sunday worship, Sunday night, YPWW, Young People's Willing Worker. After that, regular church service Sunday night. Monday was choir rehearsal. Tuesday was home and formation. Wednesday was Bible band. Thursday was church service. Friday was youth night. Saturday, we all met at the church to sell chicken dinners. And yes, pretty much that was constant, not every Saturday, but I will still say 7 days a week. My life had become consumed with this church thing, supposed to be able to make my way back to a place called heaven. And as I evolved in my life, because we didn't ask questions because they feel like, they told me as a young person, you don't question God, which I just put them in the category of God. But as I got older, it's just a lot of the things that has to do with church doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, really there is a God that would require us to dress a certain way, modest, in order to make it back to a place called heaven. There is a God that requires us to go to this building to hear this person to relate to us a message from him. There is a God that would really require us to give a portion of our hard-earned money to this particular organization called the church, and we call it tithing, in order to be blessed beyond measures. There is a God that would, if you didn't do those things, you would die and go to a place called hell, which is an inferno, which is a fire, which is a pit that is 7 times hotter. And guess what, boo? You're going to burn your ass forever, like forever. We can't wrap our head around forever because we don't even know how that feels. So let's just say for a week, okay? Your ass is going to burn for a week. It's 7 days, a week. But no. Word out on the street, or word in that book, is that it's going to be forever. So it extends beyond the 7 days, the next 7 days, the next 7 days. When 10,000 years is done, you are still burning. Even though people logically know that doesn't make any sense at all, I will submit to you this. There has to be a reason why things are done. So what reason would that be done? Okay, let me break this down. Because you wasn't saved from what? Saved from what? Because you didn't come to the Bible study to learn what? To learn exactly what? Because you didn't pay your tithes to the ability to do and to accomplish what? So you have to be able to answer those questions. Oftentimes, they have this thing called parental abuse, especially. They say we black folks we abuse our children when we whoop their ass, And, but, damn, the whooping's gonna soon be over. Shit, how long does a whooping last? And then the kid, yes ma'am, I got it. And they don't do that shit no more. Whatever it was, most of them. But we are now serving a God that will, his feelings and emotions and love for us will change to the point where he could actually put us, his children, in an inferno. All of us are his children. We didn't categorize shit, but I guess that's where Carlton was coming with the gospel of inclusion, you know. But nonetheless, no matter, you're gonna burn. No. I'm so glad that I've come out of that box. I don't share that message to anyone anymore. Never again to tell someone that if you don't do this, that, and the other, your ass is going to hell. I did it, man. I mean, I was gun hole in high school. You going to hell, you know. Now you better get right, you know. And so in my evolving, I come to realize that this is, it was a scheme of the white man. And I put up a video with this guy. I forget his name. So something, anyway, I forget his name. And he's just cursing and he's talking about, against the Bible and against God. Well, I didn't know. I didn't research his history with these wives and things of that nature. Although he was cursing, what he was saying caught my ear when he was saying that my ancestors have been praying for X amount of years and nothing has happened. That stuff is true. The reason why I say that is because everything that a person in the church goes through, a person outside of the church goes through as well. And their outcome will be the same as a person that's never been to church. So where do we differentiate? We are making that difference. We are saying that, like the church world, we are the club of the elite. We're better than. And honey, if you pray, God will fix it. And honey, won't he do it? Won't he do it? When in essence you have the steering wheel of your hand, you may not realize it. You may have fallen prey to having gone from one master to another master, but this master is not called master. He's called pastor. He's called apostle. He's called bishop. He's called a evangelist, a teacher, an overseer, one that watches out for your soul. Really, there is a God that would have such a program or a methodology set up to where we would have to go around looking like the children of the corn, all looking alike. You could spot them. Got these long dresses. The white ones got this long hair down to their ass. They overweight. They overweight in my arena too. Not all of them, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. And because it's one thing we can do is eat. And so our life changed from our lives to their lives, because everything we do in our life and with our family has to go through the church. So your fun becomes church fun. What the church, the picnics and things, what the church put on, not nothing you may per se want to do. If you ever were to miss church, you would have to get permission from pastor, to take your family on a trip. So that's one of the things that my ex-husband and I, we didn't go on trips as pastoring. The whole 16 years, I think we went to, where is the Martin Luther King? Atlanta? That was on the weekend. We got our ass back at church Sunday. And, so everything, let's just put it this way. Anything that we ever did, it was on the weekend. Now, one time Charlie and I, we went to California. We drove. My poor kids, they were little bitty and they just couldn't stand it. We stopped at Dairy Queen. They didn't want to get back in a car because that's like a fucking 2.5, what? Unless you don't stop. Of course, we had to stop. We had a family, But everything has to go via the church. Well, in my evolving and my going private, I come to realize that God is the voice from within, and that voice has always been there. I overrode it with the voices of others via the church and everybody around me. Everybody guided my life, everybody guided my life. But now I had a conversation with God, and I said, but I'm confused because they said that you said, and I remember hearing the voice let me know, I never said that. And he also let me know he was so proud that I've gone private. Now it's just me and him, like on a daily, like every day, like 24/7. And yes, all of these things that they said are wrong and that are sinful and lustful and just that's not the case. That's man-made. I could imagine that a person that penned the scriptures in the Bible were, married men trying to control women. That's look at how I feel it is, because it's impossible for one person to be just like satisfied with the one. Get the fuck out of here. That's not possible. No debate, none. Your dick, your pussy, now one of those functions are good enough to make your dick not good enough to keep her all feeling some kind of wally foo, firecrackers, wet, all that. It's not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Let's flip it. Your pussy. It's not that good to keep him just wanting your feel. It doesn't work like that. And don't tell me what I'm promoting. I'm promoting life, At the end of the day, people are living life even if it's undercover. They know what they want to do, even if it's undercover. Somebody tell me, I had somebody else. I don't give a fuck. Just let me get bounced the fuck up out of here, because that's disrespectful. And what I mean by that, I don't give two about what you do, but don't disrespect me in doing what you do. Likewise, I won't disrespect you, right? So that's the reason why I embrace being single. I had to take a drive with an Uber yesterday when I took my Lexus in to get a new door panel rather, and we talked the whole time because I'm a good conversationalist. So we talked the whole time. I'm in the front seat with him. He's a black guy. And when he pulled up in my drive, I began to share some things that I had gone through, and he shared, oh my God, you think you've gone through something. Here's somebody else's story. Oh my God, he was married for X amount of years, got a divorce, got remarried, and he and his wife were traveling somewhere, and a deer came out in a train, and all this old bullshit, and he lost his wife. She died, and he broke both legs, lungs collapsed, broke her arm, concussion to the head, and all of this. And I said, oh my God, I said, my condolences, And so when he was sedated and they're trying to put his body back together, he had out of body, he called it an experience. I'm not going to beef with nobody that say they've had that, because I guess that's called a dream. And he began to tell me what he saw. And so anyway, about, like God is asking him, are you ready? And all this, how they do. And he wasn't. So it's like he got a mission, how people do when they get come out of a traumatic event. Let me continue.